Well, I think the realm of marketing has changed so much over time due to the advent of social media that old saying that marketing is 50% science and 50% voodoo and nobody knows which half actually works is more true now than ever before. And I think one of the really big things that's very important now and going forward is customer data. So customers, due to social media, don't want to be treated as a homogenous group of individuals. They would rather be treated as a single person. And with data today, we're actually able to gather a whole lot of information about the customer to make our marketing almost on a one-to-one basis. And that, I think, is far more effective than mass messages broadcast with a whole lot of wastage. Just from a very simple perspective, our basic CRM process changes completely. So if you have a look at 125,000 customers which we currently have on our books that are not corporate customers, and you look at their repurchase cycle, the average customer is repurchasing a new BMW every 27 months. However, within that framework there is a very big flux between male, female, race, age and model series profiles. So we currently, or rather before the advent of the data systems that we have now, we're sending a single repurchase trigger mailer at 27 months. Instead, we have 137 different profiles of those trigger mailers that we could send to different customer sets. And then we could tailor make this specific message to the specific vehicle they drive and what they would be more likely to purchase in their next purchase. So it's become much more about very targeted single communications running out of a back-end system that can pre-populate with certain content that's pertinent to you as a customer versus somebody else. And that allows us to obviously be a little bit more focused with our communication. Apart from economic challenges, which I think all brands have to face, and certainly in South Africa where growth is quite slow in relation to GDP development, and customers I think are really starting to feel the pinch now. You know, cars are a leading indicator for the economy, and we really are seeing a slowdown certainly in the bottom end of the market in the premium sector. I think two major challenges will persist for marketers. One is absolute budget, about how you best divvy up your budget to reach the customer most effectively. And I think what you're going to see is that more and more brands will be moving out of the big advertising mediums. So I think television is obviously is obviously very pertinent for visual media, but I think there's also a lot of wastage in television, and DVRs and PVRs and things like that mean that customers really don't necessarily watch television advertising anymore unless it's live sport or live news or things like that. So absolute budget and how you divvy it up, I think maybe from a digital and social perspective you're going to see even more money going into those areas. And I think secondly, from our perspective, is that wonderful balance between exclusivity and volume. You know, from a BMW perspective, we're a premium brand, we're a very luxury-oriented brand with a large aspirational value, but I think to sell the number of cars we want to sell and still maintain exclusivity is always a difficult balance for us.